Hey, Tony Jackson here. Listen to me. It's gonna be one thing you can take pride in your life right now, and that is to be different. It's a season right now where the Bible talk about us being a peculiar people, us being called out, us being set apart. This is your opportunity. If you ever wanted to be special, if you ever wanted to be significant, if you ever wanted to live a life of purpose, this is your opportunity. The reason why I'm saying this, I was just leaving, getting a smoothie. And cause my spirit just off, today I just ain't feeling all that good. I'm tired or something. And I'm on a new workout routine. So I went to get me a smoothie. And when I was leaving, the young lady was leaving the medical dispensary. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I judged her. Not in the literal sense of judge, because I can't sentence her. But I took my analysis and I said out loud, because I always, when people watch and I be talking. And so when I see, y'all see it when you see my car chronicles. When I seen it, I said, oh, look at you coming out that old dispensary. I said, you done got your old medical card and you taking that home to your boyfriend. I said, you look like old stoner. Look like y'all be stoning together. And I said, look like you sprinkle a little dust on that. Sprinkle a little dust on that marijuana. That's what I said. Lord forgive me, because I shouldn't be judging people. The lady might have glaucoma or something. But when I seen that, I said, you know what? They got this stuff medical grade now. But listen, that just means you ain't got to risk your freedom to get it. That don't mean people ain't sprinkling nothing on it. That don't mean people ain't crushing up pills and sprinkling on there, or putting some dust on there, some angel dust, PCP. That don't mean that. People still can abuse the medical, the medicinal. So I said to myself, I said, we living in a world where now a drug that used to be illegal is legal. So what does that say about the government? Maybe they just want the money from it, or maybe they start to realize, man, we thought this was just gonna work against minorities, but now we got a lot of non-minorities getting jammed up with this stuff. So we need to go ahead and legalize this. We don't know why they doing it. It's probably a money move more than anything. But when I seen that, I say, man, that's crazy. I'm like, we living in a world where it's about to be, see, we spread out now. If we was a little closer, so America wasn't inhabited when, and I don't know if inhabited is a word, but we're gonna use it right there, when Sodom and Gomorrah was a thing. But we would have had Sodom and Gomorrah 50 times over, the way our world is. So I'm like, everything goes right now. And people doing any and everything. It's all kind of tomfoolery going on. And ain't nobody safe. Ain't nobody off limits. Like, everybody getting turned out. Everybody getting turned out. When I say everybody, I mean a majority of people getting turned out. So you got to ask yourself, what do I stand for? And what do I stand on? What do I want to leave behind for my family? Like, what do I want to represent? When I got to go in the ground, what do I want people to say about me? I don't want nobody with no innuendos. Oh, Tony was a Rolling Stone. Everybody knows he loved to have fun. And all of that, no. I want respect. I want good to be spoken of and not be a lie. I remember my auntie, she had some type of addiction. I think it was alcohol. We was at my grandma's funeral and I was sitting beside her. How I end up next to this woman, I do not know, because I love my grandma with all my heart. And she just sitting there selling my grandma out. It was my grandma's daughter. Just selling my grandma out. Why are they talking about my grandma? She just good person, my A. Could kiss my A. Sorry, B. I'm like, but the fact that she's sitting in the church talking like this, I said, I'm not finna say nothing to this woman because I'm too low. She'll be done yoke me up. I can't fight her. I ain't big enough for that now. I'm not finna say nothing. Then I went up to speak on my grandma. And I was speaking on my grandma. I'm up there, I'm snotting, I'm crying. I hear my auntie out there selling out while I'm talking. I'm like, my goodness. So it made me think, like, what do you want people to say at your funeral? Now, that wasn't my grandma's fault. My auntie was an addict. And quite a few of my aunties, I think at least 3 of them. I think it was 8 of them total. My mama one of them, so 7 of them. I know at least 4 of them that I knew was addicts. And unfortunate, 2 of them have passed away from the addictions. But that really had me thinking today when I seen that lady, and it just got me to thinking about how, I mean, boy, she came out of there with a pep in her step. People don't be happy like that when they going to get diabetes medicine, when they going to get their herpes medicine, when they going to get, you know, they blood sugar medicine, cancer medicine. She came out there with a pep in her step. I mean, she was bouncing off her toes. I'm like, whoa. Is this medicinal? You look like you coming out there like a kid in the candy store. Like you just got you some good. Some G35 classified. And so I'm like, man, this is what we have come to. And it's like, if you need it for something and you'll do that, then what else you won't do? You'll crush you some pills up and snort it, or you'll take advantage of them pills, and then you look around, it's like, okay, you got women who want to have a husband, but they kissing on women and talking about they like to sleep with women too. Then you got men who say they like women, but then they like men too. Now, when you read about Sodom and Gomorrah, that's what was going on. And the Lord burnt it to the ground. So you have to ask yourself, well, what we got going on, if the Lord was still on what he was on when he burnt Sodom and Gomorrah down, would we get burnt down? So the fact that the Lord ain't burning us down, it lets you know that we under grace. But you can't take grace for granted. So you got to ask yourself, okay, yeah, we might be under grace now, but we still got to do right. We still got to move right now. Can't be out here wilding out. And so listen to me. You got to stand on something. And I told my son yesterday, my 15-year-old, I say, son, you going back on phone restriction now. Meaning 40 minutes a day on that social media. And honestly, 40 minutes too much. It's like, what kind of compromise is that? Like, if I was doing what I'm supposed to do, 0 minutes. But I don't want them to rebel and act out when you get 18 and go to college. So I said 40 minutes. I bumped it up. It used to be 30 minutes. I bumped it up to 40 minutes. Because I heard that's what the Chinese do. And I respect the way the Chinese raise their kids. But them be some mature behind people. They be all over here in boarding school and what do you call that? Exchange student. I mean, mature than a mug. I'm like, my goodness. You over here 13 years old without your parents. And them Chinese don't care nothing about, they do not care about how you feel. Finna send your butt right over to America. You finna get you a dual education. You speak Mandarin or Orange or whatever what their language, you speak that. And you going over there to America and you going over there and could speak English. And you finna kick they behind in that classroom. You finna run circles around them Americans on that math test. And they sure enough do it, because when I worked at the high school as the life coach for the high school, private school, we had exchange students. Exchange student get 1,600 on the STD, what you call that? I was talking about STD. SAT, 1,600 is the highest. They was getting 1,560, 1,580, 1,540. I'm like, what, you missed one problem? And one of the Chinese boys told me, he said, if I was black, he said, no offense to you, but if I was black with my grades, he said, I'd be able to go to any college in the world, any university in the world. But he said, being Asian is too much competition. He said, as high as my grades are, it's a lot of Asians blowing me out the water. I was like, what? And the young man was like #1 in the state in math. I mean, just going crazy in the classroom. But look how we parent. Y'all daughters on TikTok twerking. Your sons on there smoking. This how our kids be. My son been getting on my nerves on his phone. And he said, I just said his name too. What's going on with you?
What's up?
I just said your name on my video. I'm shooting a video.
Right now?
Yeah. Just said, don't y'all tell him what I said. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know why.
Yeah, so my son, he been getting on my nerve. Every second he with the phone. I'm like, son, why you taking a picture all day long? Like, what is you on? It's a new app called Be Real. I say, nah, this a shame. I'm on social media, and it helped me make a living, and I ain't never heard of this app. So what kind of little side app this is? And then I have to tell them, because they being raised different. They pulling their shorts up real high, tucking it in their underwears. Like one leg or both legs. I say, he did it after the game, tucked one, because I told me he had a burn on the leg. I said, son, I don't care nothing about that burn. Pull them shorts down. Do not tuck that short in there in your booty like that, boy. Pull them shorts down. Son, don't be trying me like that now. He taking a picture. Shirt off. Putting it on the app. I say, what you doing? What you taking a picture for? Oh, I'm sending this to such and such. I say, y'all send pictures to each other, y'all boys. Y'all sending selfies to each other? I said, no. I said, boy, that couldn't have been me in my generation. No. I said, and they don't swing away. It's just the lines is blurred. To where masculine and feminine it's not what it used to be. And I don't want to, indoctrinate them and have them with no phobia, but still it's a difference. It's like, listen now. So listen, I want to talk to you about this and just tell you, identify your standards and make sure you know what you stand on. Make sure you know what you believe in, because the line's being blurred. And so a lot of people don't know what they believe. It's people coming to me talking about they are a Christian, but then they sitting down and worshiping other gods, channeling other spirits other than the Holy Spirit, but saying they are a Christian. I said, oh, you doing what? You talking to the dead? And you say you a Christian? I said, hold on now, do you read the Bible? I said, what Bible is you reading? I said, where you see anywhere in the Bible that God allow us to talk to any other spirits than the Holy Spirit? You talking to dead people? And you a Christian? Now, at that point right there, I start to believe in God striking somebody with lightning. Listen, let me get around you. Cause listen, boy, listen right. Listen, I got to get from around you. Hey, listen to me. Get it together now. Get it together. God bless you. And I'm going to tell you, marry you a man better than me. Because my wife trying to lose a little weight. So I'm finna plant these planting chips on the counter. Just get a little bit of that oil in you. Keep a little bit of that weight on you. Hey, God bless you. We'll talk soon.